Hey guys, welcome back to Fromthedepths with ChillBuilder here. We're doing the last episode for Barons of the North Alpha Test. Here we're finally coming up against the Imperial Spaceport on this planet, uh, the resort planet. The biggest challenge for this battle is that the enemy has. Oh, that's a nice cram hit right there on the first pass. The enemy here has 50% more volume than we do, so we had to be and without melting my computer, we can only spying so many at once. So the trick is deciding what unit to come in on the first go. And this is actually the third try for this battle, unfortunately. So we got it down to the pursuit cruiser, Divine Comedy, coming up against the arrow, which on my first try I just focused on that, and ignored the rest of the battle. But now I know the Divine Comedy can defeat the arrow. This is the second biggest most threat. It has decent firepower. It can deliver a lot of damage on a target, and it's very fast and hard to kill. So it takes a long time to kill it. So we spawn in our Siren Sun laser craft against this one, and we're manually targeting the Homeiji, or the Chinese rocket. So it's about twice the cost of our laser craft, but with manual aim, we're able to defend it pretty well. We do actually have 3 of those laser craft in the roster here, but just due to volume restrictions, we're only able to spawn in 1. Unfortunately, that one ship did its job, so now the Chinese rocket has pretty much no armaments, so we're able to just leave it and then focus on some other issues. Meanwhile, the Chinese rocket is taking up the enemy's volume, so that's pretty good for us. I think the arrow has fallen onto the ground too. It didn't last nearly as long as during the first fight, so just leaving it on the ground. The Bane Blade isn't shit. That's a pretty bad play for it to be chasing some other enemy instead of the nearby land targets. I don't know why. It's just an oversight on my part, and now it's getting hit with all these missiles while it travels back to the missile launchers once again. So that's pretty terrible, but it's the last battle, and it looks metal as hell. That was a flaming Bane Blade just rocketing toward these buildings. So I'm very surprised it actually survived the voyage back. So yeah, this is the third try. On the first try, I didn't have a good counter for the Chinese rocket, let it deal too much damage to my forces, and then as the enemy gets more battle volume and spawns me more crap than we do, then we just get surrounded by all sides and get pummeled with our units. Second time, I did bring in a laser craft against the Chinese rocket, but I didn't have anything to hold the attention of these SAM sites. So then my laser craft gets damaged from outside by these buildings, and then it decreases the effectiveness of the laser firepower. So on my third try, I just focus on manual aim and taking down the weapons on the Chinese rocket. It seems to do the trick. I don't know if that's the second Bane Blade or the first. I think there's supposed to be only one, so maybe the fires got put out and it survived. So now we're pretty much safe. We still have a second cruiser that we didn't bring in. We have 2 more laser craft that we that just haven't seen battle yet, and we pretty much defang most of the enemy's biggest threats. But this tank probably will not do too well. It's seeing a lot of damage, but it's pretty much like soaking up the attention of those buildings, right? So so as more and more of the enemy gets deleted, we're able to spawn in some more of our units. We have a railgun tank finally, and that should be able to take care of the earthquake.
Engaging now. Listening. Engaging now. Listening. Engaging now.
Okay, taking a bit of a break from narrating, I think most of the interesting stuff is over. From the previous engagements, we did kind of a fleet change. We scrapped one of the railgun tanks and waited for more resource. So now we have three of laser craft and two of the cruisers. Because we know there's a lot of enemy volume here, so a lot of block deleting will be needed. So that's why I want to have more cram units. To be fair, instead of the pursuit cruiser, which I think we only need one for the arrow, we could have the land-based cram tank to take care of all these buildings. But I don't have too many land-based units. I prefer the tactical with strategic flexibility of being able to fly, which is expensive, but at this point of the campaign, we are able to afford the flying units. Well, we could have some kind of assault gun type unit that drives up to the enemy and then just crams them in the face. That could also be another option. Or alternatively, a big melee drill that can drill through these buildings could also be another good option. So pretty much this battle is a slow burn at this point. That Chinese rocket is still alive. It's just crazy to see how much it takes to kill it. It has like pretty much no weapons, right? But it's still alive, and then it's just running around. It's so bulky. It takes forever for AI to just by random chance find the right spots. I think we've been super lucky in the previous battle. The last time we saw one of these guys, I think it's the Imperial Guard with the Arrow SE. That one we probably got a lucky hit. I don't know how. Like it just fell into the water at 80% health. Yeah, extremely lucky. Jesus Christ. Do we just fire a cram on Ignatus? Okay, so the last cruiser took quite a bit of damage. I didn't think it was needed, so we despawned it, and then we have a fresh cruiser now. This is a spaceport. It doesn't look super promising in terms of combat ability, so just having a look around. So yeah, I think the spaceport just has so much volume, it's forcing our fleet to spawn fewer units, which is kind of funny. So the trick of how we won this battle is we're able to spawn a bit more because we have a third laser craft, and the laser craft have a lot of volume. But like we didn't even need them in the battle, right? They're just there to buff up the volume, just like what the spaceport is doing. It's kind of annoying for how Fromthedepths works, but that's what you have to work with. I do not know why this is AI dead. We did a manual aim on the turrets. Either the AI is in the turret and it just exploded, or there was another lucky hit that I didn't see. So yeah, that's it for the campaign. The final battle was a hard-fought battle, but we won in the end. Without too many changes, just good target selection and micromanagement. So thanks guys for watching. Bye, and thanks Empress Azusa for organizing this campaign.